Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Crypto David and today we are talking about Quant QNT. Now whenever I think there's going to be some sort of pullback with the price, I'll wake up in the morning, go on CoinMarketCap and we're up even further. It's blowing my mind. We have wicks here today on CoinMarketCap all the way up to $225 per QNT and the 24-hour volume is up 353% and we're hitting highs here 384 million. Now, do you think this is just retail investors FOMOing in? This is institutional investors. This is big money. This is smart money flowing into QNT. It's also important to note that they were just at Cybo, so that could be a lot of reasoning for the pump, where they've seen talking to partners, clients, and they've clearly, demonstrated the issue that we're moving into a digital world, or we are in a digital world, and the biggest, problem of that is interoperability, and Quant is solving that issue. That is their main focus. A lot of quantity today, but it's more light-hearted. Yesterday was definitely more in-depth analysis with QNT, so go and check that video out after you watch this video. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, so the title is 50 QNT is GOAT Status. I think that statement is very, very true. Now, it doesn't have to be 50 QNT. I think 10 QNT amounts like that are very, very beneficial for the far future. But I think it changes over time as well. Like at $100 per QNT, I would have said 100 QNT is GOAT status. Likewise, if we go up to $400 per QNT, then it'd be 25 QNT is GOAT status. It changes over time. So if we're at $1,000 per QNT in the future, if you're 10 QNT, you are GOAT status. And if you're not 50 QNT right now, I'm going to be DCing hard into the products that I talk about on the channel for the rest of 2022 and the majority of 2023. 10 Gs, I think that's pretty GOAT worthy. And at the end of the video, we'll go onto Crypto Coin Calculator and see what sort of amounts you can be getting as a GOAT. Here, staking on Binance is now available. 3% APY. I will not be participating at all. 3% APY to risk, getting your funds rugged. And I agree with this guy. I'm not taking my Quant off my ledger. And what does this truly actually mean? We've seen on coinfi.com, if you go to Quant, the supply left in exchanges is going down by the day. It's like, 1% something or 0 point something percent is getting lower and lower. Don't know how accurate that is, but if that true, are they running out of QNT? Are they wanting your QNT for supply? You also have to remember that Quant is not proof of stake. So it's quite interesting for this to happen now while the Quant price is going through the roof. Very, very interesting. Also, we have tokenizer here. Quant is eating up his entire portfolio 80%. Now, it is so close to taking over XRP in my portfolio. We can see here 5 digits of QNT. It just depends where the decimal is. And here we have an article, a deep dive on Gilbert Verdian. I'm definitely going to leave this down below for you guys to check out. I'm not going to go over it all, but you can see Gilbert Verdian and his connections across multiple organizations and institutions. A few parts that I want to read here. We can see the early days as a member of the CSC's Sydney security team. There's a picture there. Further down, we can see him mention a book. Vocalink, this is insane. Vocalink, he worked there for about 2 years, a MasterCard company. He was a Chief Information Security Officer, and he won CISO of the Year in 2017. And we went over his portfolio in the actual last video with QNT, and it was literally just insane. I mean, his experience is... it's probably the best in the whole crypto space. And we see how big of a name they are, processing over 90% UK salaries, more than 70% of household bills, and 98% of state benefits. And he is literally left Vocalink to work in his own startup called Quant Network, and the rest is history. I mean, that's why I see him speaking likes of MIT, Bank of Canada, right? He's at the European Central Bank, speaking with the Central Bank of Italy and the Central Bank of Lithuania. It's insane. Also, this is the best article that I've seen in a while. Usually these articles are so off, or they're just like talking about trash cryptos, or their price predictions are so bearish. Here we have best utility tokens not to miss this October. We have listed here QNT, yes, XDC, yes, and Casper. And we actually have some realistic price predictions down here. Quant, $230 by the end of October. I think that's very realistic, maybe a little bit higher, 240, 250 sort of range, depending on what we see happen. XDC, 7 cents. Yes, I can agree with that. We have CSPR, 8 cents. Yes, 100% very realistic, good article. Also, Anderson, so Quant is not a crypto secret anymore. I never think it was really a secret, but it's definitely under the radar for its utility. It deserves to be as popular as XRP, in my opinion. And that's sort of, seeing big creators talk about it now. But that being said, I'm switching to ones that are more secretive now to DCA like XDC, which is still sat at the 2 to 3 cent sort of positions. Also, if people moving on to QNT, I can imagine the price predictions getting more crazy and crazy by the day. I think 10k per QNT is quite achievable in the future. It's quite bullish, maybe a little bit higher. Here we're seeing price predictions of 357,000 per QNT. Quant will go into a 5 trillion business. Do the math. Insane. If this crazy price prediction was ever reached with your GOAT status amount, you'd be sat at a cool $7.8 million. Also, we have Greg Lunt here, Hyperledger's case study on LAC chain. Some highlights: world's largest public permission blockchain, 15 countries working on 60 plus projects not limited to Latin America, launching interoperable sidechains and L2 networks, and Quant is part with LAC chain going live in 2023. Will we see the prices kick off? I mean, they're literally creating the Latin American dollar, creating remittance corridors between Latin America and the US. Not many people get hyped up about this information. People get hyped up about the price, which is understandable. Your investment is going up, but that's why a lot of people miss the boat. I'm not saying people missed the boat of QNT, but you could have gotten, 4 times cheaper not even that long ago, and the information was there, ready to see. Same with XDC. The information is there, the price is not caught up, so that's what I'm sticking with. Also, I'm interested in the projects that are partnered with Quant Network, like these low caps, like LCX or Alliance Block. I'm keeping my eye on them and DCAing into them. Also, lastly, got a video here by Just a Tech Guy. Welcome to the big league, everyone. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just getting started. We are so early within this space with QNT, even though it might not seem like that. Within this video, I'm hearing trillions. I'm hearing 2027. I'm hearing enterprise blockchain. I know that Quant's targeting enterprises / governments and solving real world issues. Things are starting to kick off for QNT and people are catching on. I love to see it. Also, with the poll in the community section, it's a little bit more seasoned now. It was 50-50 before, now it's 51-49, split down the middle. I think that's probably the hardest question I've ever asked or even asked myself. For me, XRP short-term and QNT long-term for gateways. Also, if you don't have 50 Quant, it doesn't matter. If you have 10 QNT, we go to $1,000 per QNT, you will be a GOAT. If you have 1 QNT, and then we go to 10k per QNT, you will be a GOAT. I think 10Gs is Quant status. Let me know if you agree down below. So, if you made it far, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Enterprises engaging with blockchain, but how big is the market at the moment already? And what's your feeling about enterprise blockchain?
I think enterprise blockchain is the biggest market you can actually go after. If you look at one of the HSBC reports from last year, they looked at what does digital assets look like by 2027, and it's in the trillions. They're looking at a huge number because the number of tokenization that is happening. You take a traditional security, you tokenize it, you make it a digital asset, then you have payments, and then you have settlements, and then delivery reverse payments of digital assets. Enterprise is where the market is. On the large scale, what's happening is entire systems are transforming and re-platforming and re-architecting to be compatible to decentralization. They're not turning off what they've got and putting everything on blockchain. It does not work like that for enterprise. They've invested tens and billions of dollars and pounds into their infrastructure, and that evolution over the last 10, 20 years, you can't stop that and start again on blockchain. But what you do is you take that existing investment into core infrastructure that enterprise have, and you make it and integrate it into blockchain and make it compatible to DLT. And that's what we're doing. Our core is to show how easy it is to integrate, through our API, whatever you've got that's existing, to be able to talk to different digital assets and blockchains and transact across them. It's a huge market, and we're excited because it's just at the beginning. We're only getting started, and the adoption is happening.